welcome back to my YouTube channel, IPs, and Happy New Year 2023, not 4-3. I'm in Tanzania, guys, and specifically in Dar es Salaam. I'm so happy. I've always wanted to be here because of so many reasons, but one of them is because Tanzania is one of the African countries with a female president, and I'm all about empowering women and telling stories of women. And so you know how they say yes we can, the phrase that people have been always using, yes we can, and it's been used by different people so many times. And so going forward, I'll be using the phrase so many times just to show and reassure young women and men and women in general that we not only can, but we're also doing it. So today is that day that I'm also just going to bring to you a story that you'll enjoy. So follow me to meet this person. That's really interesting, really, because, and especially in African context, the patriarchal system doesn't work for women, and we are labeled to be, there are just certain jobs we can do. Peace and security isn't a woman's job, or even young people's job. Young people, tunasemekana, we are perpetrators, yeah?
Yeah, we are the one who pushes agenda.
Yes,
which
yes.
At some point it is true,
yeah.
But then at some
it's
point...
It's totally not the truth.
It's totally not the truth, yes, which I agree. But then there are few who take that and make it like it is a point, because and then make it look like it is true because of what they are doing. In the end of the day, we're trying to understand the issue at hand. Few of youth want to make changes, make it look like we are working on this issue, but then we fail to do that because of the few who are trying to sabotage.
Absolutely, you said it right, and that is used to generalize the all youth agenda thing, and our role being sabotaged and demarcated as troublemakers and not in any way solution
based. Yes. So I believe youth have so many solutions, and youth are champions and pioneers in innovations, youth, women, and now in the age of innovation and technology, and in the age where we are trying to integrate advancement in fourth industrialization concept, advancement in all that we are trying to do, integrate it with technology and STI, trying to keep women in STEM. It is high time that youth should not be mostly on I'm going to this conference only for me to be known, but I'm going for this conference because not only for me but my voice to be heard, to make solutions for generations and generations to come, and to act as a pioneer in what I am doing.
Absolutely.
Because I do not condemn people going to, it's a place where you network, it's a place where you get your voice out. But how you're using that opportunity really matters.
That's true.
For now, youth, we don't have the luxury of just being seen. We have to have the luxury of saying, oh yeah, I'm making changes, I'm making something. We don't have to go to the same patterns the old people do, but we have to create a pattern where it inspires the other generations to be more solution oriented and solution based. That is what we need to aspire to be as women, as girls. Because I do not believe saying that girls cannot do it.
Nah.
Girls can do it. Girls are pioneers, girls are champions, girls are the brains. Even in family, a mother is the one that provides most of the time, the one that makes sure the family grows. Imagine giving a woman or a girl who knows her responsibility and takes that to a national or international level. We will grow. We will actually grow. But then women are faced with so much
challenges. There's so many, one of the things that I also just acknowledge is the fact that we face a lot of challenges as young people and as women and as girls, but then we are solving those challenges as well,
despite of all the
even
challenges
with
we have.
no resource, even with no budget.
Yes,
We are working.
and no recognition at all.
Yes, and you know, yet our governments, they have like an allocation of billions of shillings, and when you measure the impact of what those billions do vis-a-vis the zero budgets we put in place to, you know, just ensure that those issues end, it's massive. It's so, you know, wide when it comes to the, you know, just measuring the levels of impact. It's sad though.
It really is. Now, if you look an example, look at the women in leadership today. Let's say, for Tanzania we have a president who's like, you know, a female president,
Suluhu.
the first ever.
Yes.
Which is good.
I love her, by the way.
Which is good. But then she is facing, and when we Tanzanians might feel like she's not doing a lot, but she's facing the challenges that most women face in leadership, and that is being in a patriarchal system. How can she change that? It's really, really hard. You really have to be a woman of steel to actually make changes. You get it? So with everything, we have women like Jokate. She's a district commissioner in district. What district is Temeke? And she is championing. Yeah, she's a very big inspiration to girls and women across the country because.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Eyepiece, and Happy New Year. So as you already know, I'm in Tanzania, and please meet this beautiful young woman who is doing an amazing work in the space. And which space are we talking about again? Peace building, anything that contributes towards the peace in Tanzania. And I'm so much honored, guys, to be meeting this one particular young woman. She has not only awed me, but I'm just amazed. And I know you guys will be also amazed by just her work and her passion, but especially the solution she has for Tanzania, the young woman, the men, Africa at large. And so let's get to know about her. Yeah, you can share, tell us who you are and what you do. Yeah.
Hello everyone. Hello Grace.
Hi.
Well, my name is Caroline Chelsea Manyama. I am an environmental scientist, and I work in the environmental space, including climate action, climate justice in the space of climate change, biodiversity, and natural resource, including energy. So generally, anything that deals with the environment, I work on, and have been open to work in any areas that really wants me to keep an input with my knowledge on environment.
Yeah.
So environment is like my core.
Oh, really? And I could see that, because even when we was talking, when we were on the ride, you kept on talking about environment and how you want people to change their attitude and all of that. But tell us, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 29 this year, since I'm not yet there, so it's 28.
Yeah, so you're pretty much young, and she's not only a youth, but she's also a woman. And probably which county, I don't know if Tanzania has got counties, where do you come from? And yeah, maybe is there tribes here in Tanzania that you can talk of?
So we don't have counties, but we have regions. Okay. So basically, I'm from Dar es Salaam, born and raised in Dar es Salaam. Now when it comes to tribes, that's why I feel like, you know, there's all this inter-tribal marriages and all that. So I'll go with my father's side, and so I'm a Jita from Musoma, which is in I don't know where Musoma is. I've not been there, but I'm from Musoma and I'm a Jita, but I've been born and raised in Dar es Salaam. So Dar es Salaam is my city.
Oh, yeah. One thing I've noticed about Tanzania, and especially Dar es Salaam, is people are really kind. People are really kind, honestly, guys. And it's in the way they greet you. It's in the how they greet you and how they just want to help, especially with my bad Swahili, guys. I've been speaking a lot of Swahili for the past 1 week. And one thing amazing about this woman as well is that she's got very good English. She speaks very good English, and Yeah, so she's gonna tell us a bit more about her work. And guys, maybe just to remind you, you know how a lot of times we are told that young people are troublemakers. A lot of times we are told that women are victims of war, victims of circumstances, victims of, everything that happens in the world, but especially in the African continent, that with the patriarchal system, we have women and young people like herself, like myself, like yourself, who apparently are doing an amazing work in the communities we live in to change people, to change the communities, to put smiles into in people's faces, but also on a bigger picture to create peace, to create sustainability and justice. And so Caroline here will tell us a bit more about what she does and how she does it. So.
Well, so where do we start? you had a long introduction, and I'm like, where should I start? From our ride here, we had a little bit discussion, and we were talking about how youth, especially women and girls, who are young at age, and I'm just gonna say girls because women is like broad, and we have no children yet. So I'm going to with girls, young girls in the space of peace building. At a young age, if you go to rural areas, you find girls having the task of fetching water, getting firewood, with no assistance. They go them as themselves. And I was telling you how I was in a site visit, field visit, and going to water sources areas, and only who you can see is only female. There is no male there. Now, how are we to secure the position of this girl in her community, or the position of her in the regions, in national, in international? How are we to bring the girl who knows that my work is to fetch water, my work is to cook for the family, my work is just to be generally do house cleaning, house chores. That's only I have to do. How do we position the mindset from that young person? And when aligning it with peace and security, she goes to the well, she goes to fetch firewood. There is no security around her. No male personnel going with her to protect her. There are other people in the villages. For example, if you go villages near the national parks, there are wild animals there. And if you're late, you get stuck with a wild animal, you're gone. How peaceful are they in that situation? Yes, they adapt to the situation. They're happy with what they have, which I appreciate for them. I go to villages and I'm humbled, rural areas, and I'm humbled because of their appreciation of life and the love they have. But then there is minimal peace and security for them, and that is a problem. That is a problem that we need to solve. Now, youth who have privileges over situations as that, let's say in urban areas, who are always like, we are fighting for girls, you're fighting. I'm all up for them, but then we have to look on the critical solutions for such people down there. We're only looking at which event am I going tomorrow, where am I going to speak, but we do not have impact. We don't have impacted solution to those people.
Yeah, so maybe I think I love how you give us a background of how a young girl in the village there, a woman, a young person is, trying to really work for the community in seemingly very basic ways that people do not recognize sometimes. But then the question would then be, what is your contribution? What are you doing as a person, as Caroline? What is your work in this community to ensure that you do not only, bring about change, but you bring a long-lasting change and ensure that there is a bit of, safety when it comes to women and girls issues and generally everyone? What is your work?
Okay. So, as I said earlier, I deal with environmental issues. So, I look at community problems.
So, what's your position? Like,
my title. Oh, yeah. As an environmental consultant.
Okay.
Yeah. And I said I'm an environmentalist. So, it goes there.
Yeah.
So with my position, and I've been working as a project manager, project coordinator, as monitoring and evaluation officer. So I have different roles that I've been playing throughout my 6 years career. And with those roles happens that whatever project I do or whatever initiative I start, my main aim is to have impactful solutions, impactful, innovative solutions to the communities that I work with. So being an environmentalist at large, I look at the problems they have, the environmental problems. They say they have no water. You look at their water problems, they have no resources. They have no, let's say, land. And then, for instance, water. What is the problem? Or the water resources are far, and we cannot get there. Or the one that we have, like the wells. So what I do is try to get the solution, a solution that they can have water resources near, either by leveraging with the government or international organizations, or trying to find a budget friendly, a more sustainable, and more cheap solution, but the one that can run in the long term, to make sure that they get those resources, water resources, that can ensure that their needs are met and there is peace, there is security for them. They have no all these challenges due to environmental problems they face.
Absolutely. You mentioned that there is need for, no, you're leveraging on the government partnerships to bring solutions to this community. How do you do that? I think most people would want to know, because in Africa, I think we are used to really seeing governments, allocating huge funds for projects. But these particular projects, you'd hardly really get to see those maximum impacts that we would want to see in our community. So how then do you leverage on those partnerships, and how else do you get support as a young person and running an organization? And so how do you do that?
Wow. So much to unpack there.
Yes.
But really, honestly, we have to look at the opportunities come. There are so many opportunities, grant opportunities, funds that are given out to NGOs, to associations, to companies, innovative funds that you can pitch your idea, and then they help you fund that idea to bring the change that you want to change. And also networking. Networking is a very, yes, it's a very one of the best ways that you can actually make changes, by networking, meeting people who are in the position to help you change. I've learned this, and I'm actually engaging in this. Networking isn't as bad as people think. It doesn't only make you get jobs. No, it makes you make changes. If I meet Grace is maybe a managing director of a bank. The bank supports climate change.
Maybe the final thing, I think our viewers would want to know what makes you happy as a person. And let me ask, do you enjoy your work?
Oh, see, you already answered yourself. Yes,
Definitely.
I do enjoy, because this is my calling. And for us Christians, we get that. If you have a calling, you enjoy doing it. And this is environment, it's my calling. It's always has been.
I love it.
So I enjoy. And if it's my last word to everyone is, please protect, manage, and take care of your environment. It's really important. You are your environment. Your environment is you. So please change your behavior and take good care of your environment. It's
just on your last statement, your environment is you and you are your environment. So nimeshukuru sana, umechukua muda wako ukakuja tuzungumze. Story yako ina mafunzo mingi, story yako ina inspire. I'm sure so many young people will be inspired to get to watch these guys. And thank you all for watching. And IPEACE is so grateful to share this particular story, especially, and it's going to be probably the first video of 2023. So be sure to watch, be sure to comment. Atakuwa pale comment section to interact with you guys. Atakuwa pale also to respond to some of the questions. And so I'm so happy to have interviewed her. Not really an interview, but document her story. Yeah, we were storytelling. So guys, if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. If you haven't liked or shared this